And we're live. We are back. I mean, we never went anywhere. I think we've been here the whole time. But here we are. Welcome to the live Q&A. So, just off the jump tonight, this is a guitar Q&A. Hit us with questions because we have a few come in from Patreon because we do that post on Patreon every week to make sure that you get your comment featured on the screen. We don't really have a topic tonight, so hit us with questions. And also, this video is sponsored by all of you and your super chats. So, you know, that helps as well. And we will drop what we're doing and use those or address those right away. Also, there's some links in the description. Use those links if you would. That would help out the channel as we talk about stuff. And there you go. I have some mail to open.
Do you?
I do. We're going to talk about guitar stuff till 9 o'clock, and then we're going to get off topic, because that's what we do. So, yeah. So get in there and ask your questions, because we're going to have time for those tonight, I think. I mean, we always do, but we should open mail first.
You're driving. You drive this show.
Okay, so I got the Tonex by IK Multimedia pedal recently. Oh, go ahead.
Super chat from Gary Redburn. Thank you for the super chat. He says, "Happy birthday, Dylan." And hey, Leslie.
Thank you, Gary.
Probably not that tone, but thanks.
I appreciate that. Yes. I'm not a huge birthday guy, but I did complete a journey around the sun.
And we got a super sticker from Patrick Hardy. Thank you for that, Patrick. He said, oh, this is funny. I'll tell you what I see. Pear character exaggeratedly stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee.
Oh my gosh. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah. So thank you. Thank you. So I got the IK Multimedia Tonex, and as you may or may not know, and we're going to do a video on this. I promise we're doing a video on it. There's a lot to learn about that thing, and I want to, you know.
Yeah.
It does not capture. You have to have another box to capture. I don't think you necessarily need this because there's going to be so many people that are going to be doing captures of good amps, but if you have your own amp, so I've got a couple amps that we're going to capture. So this is the box that you interface with it. The thing is it's not just about capturing. It's also about reamping and using your amp with an interface. Why won't this come off of here? Here we go.
Because you're talking.
Yeah. So anyway, I figured I would just do a quick live unboxing of a couple of things that I got from IK Multimedia today. And this is
Well packaged.
very well packaged. I'm sure there is a USB cable of some sort and a power adapter in there that we will not pull out right now. This is heavy. It must have some heat sinking stuff in there. You know what I mean? Like, so we've got, looks like we've got outputs on this side and a ground lift. Let's see, 2 amp to a cabinet, line out, power, and then on the other side, this must be the input side, line in from amp. We've got attenuation on both sides, and yeah, cool. So, oh, super chat.
Got a super chat from Brian Duncan. Thank you for the super chat, Brian. Happy birthday, Dylan. Hi, Leslie.
Thank you,
Brian. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I wonder how people found out about that.
Facebook. Brian said he's going for another sponsorship.
Oh, is he?
And we know what that means because we were watching Texas Toast video.
Yeah. They were daring people to not make super chats on Texas Toast, and it was pretty funny.
Well, Brian said how many super chats does he have to send to be a sponsor?
Oh, that's a good question.
So,
I think every super chat
yes.
Every super chat,
Everything counts.
every super chat is a sponsorship because every super chat, we literally drop what we're doing and talk to you specifically, and I like that. I think that's a really cool thing. I like to do it on other channels. Honestly, I don't know that I spend all my super chat money back on other channels, but I do it a lot because it is. I don't know. It just makes me feel good to help out another YouTube channel. You know. I'll do super chats on Texas Toast a lot. I'll do them on Phil McKnight. Okay, this I've been pretty excited about. They sent me 3 things, so I'm going to show you all 3. This is the Amplitude has a whole IK Multimedia has a whole line of.
That's the wrong side.
That one looks like it
All the way sealed.
is all the way sealed, so we get to use a knife. It's a good thing my knives are sharp.
You're like wearing all the things, so. Oh, that's tape.
All right. This is the IK Multimedia Amplitude X Vibe. So this is going to have a bunch of vibrato effects in it. Phaser, chorus.
We got another super sticker from Patrick Hardy. Thank you, Patrick. It says, pair character jumping up and down, saying, #1 fan.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I love the descriptions. It's fun.
Step slicer, rotary, doubler, phaser, a whole bunch of stuff in here, which is pretty cool. This is the same size as the Tonex, so they must be pretty, like, married to the form factor of these pedals, because we'll just throw that over there and take care of it later. Because this one is the same size. They're all the same size, which is kind of huge.
You're so noisy. I bet this sounds terrible on
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's nothing I can do, really. I mean, I could probably be...
Ooh, you're matching it. Green on.
I do. I had a shirt on before, but it was white, and...
White? Like a good reveal shirt?
Well, white doesn't do well on camera, and it was screwing with the exposure so bad that I had to change.
Oh, when you came in here and set up?
Yeah. Yep. Alright. This is the X Time,
That is a lot of stuff.
which is ping pong, analog, delay, ducking, a harmonic, pitch shifting, reverse. So this is a bunch of delay stuff. So that's very cool. So I'm excited about that. We're going to put some pedal videos together very soon. That just showed up in the mail today. So there you go. I just wanted to share that with y'all right away because it came in today. We should get to those questions over there.
Sure. I don't know if Doc is here. Thank you, Doc. You know why?
I texted him about 10 minutes ago.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that, so
did.
I didn't want to not take a moment to say that.
Yes.
All right, questions.
Yeah, let's do questions from here. Well, I pour some tequila.
67 Goat. Thinking of going with one of your standard humbucker size P90s and an Enduro and a PRS DC style guitar. Which positions for each do you think would give the best performance?
I would put the humbucker size P90 in the bridge, and I would put it depends. If you want to go like a single coily kind of telly style guitar, then I would put the Enduro in the bridge and the humbucker size P90 in the neck. If you wanted to get it more towards a traditional P90 with a single coil in the bridge, then I would flip that. My gut feeling says I would put the humbucker size P90 in the bridge, and I would put the Enduro in the neck. That would be my choice if it was my guitar.
Shane, do you not like it?
It's my first sip of it ever, so I'm analyzing.
Shane. First, I'd like to apologize for Japan kicking America's butt in the WBC. Question, is that Ingve?
Yep.
Says he uses Fender trims over Floyd's because he feels locking trims suck out the guitar's tone. And he points to Eddie sounding better on the first 2 Van Halen albums when he was still using Fender trims. Do you agree? And if yes, why does this happen?
I do not agree. I think that people get used to playing what they're playing, and they find various guitars for various sounds, and that's that. I would suggest to all of you to go watch the Gavin Rossdale and Chris Trainer Bush rig rundown on YouTube after this is over. And go watch Chris Trainer's portion of it, where he's like, who cares? He's like, I don't even know what amp I use in my whatever. Like, he's just like, it doesn't matter. Just pick an amp that you like and just use it. And he's like, and then I just change guitars to change sounds. He's like, people overthink this stuff way too much. And I don't know, it was just a really funny kind of exchange that I really appreciated. So go watch that. And I don't think this makes any difference. I think you get used to the feel of a guitar, and then that makes you play a certain way, and then when you switch, the sound changes because it feels different.
Robert, what finish options are available for your humbucker size pickups? Maybe I should ask if we can designate a cover option.
So we're working on expanding that a little bit. I am, just so everybody knows, I'm working on a custom shop. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's basically going to be, and we haven't totally talked about this yet, but basically what I'm going to do is we're going to make some options that are way cooler. They're going to be more expensive, but they're going to be way cooler. That you'll be able to pick and choose and kind of like build them to be cool. And they're going to sort of turn it into like Toyota versus Lexus. We're going to have like, like a Lexus line. But it's not really going to be a line. It's just going to be, they're going to be dressed up. And some people are going to want them. Some people aren't. It's going to be, and we're probably going to do short batches because when we buy materials for this stuff, you probably saw the pickups that we did for Dan Thompson at Guns and Guitars for the community build that he was doing. We have enough material to maybe make 10 more of those. And then we also have enough material to make something similar with a different color. So the answer to your question is I don't really have those options right now, but we're going to start putting out little short things. And I'm working on some stuff that we've done before that was really popular too. So stay tuned. I got to get back from Colorado, and I honestly have to get caught up from the Filmic Night backlog of craziness that this week has been. So once we get caught up with all that stuff, you're going to see some really neat stuff, probably the end of April, beginning of May, I would say. Long answer, but I wanted to tell everybody about that.
Rob, I've recently learned about the difference between the line level and instrument level signals, as well as the lack of any voltage standards in FX loops. I now wish to add pedals to my amp's FX loops, but I don't want to kill any pedal either. Can you please discuss measuring voltage on a loop and provide some guidance on levels I should not go beyond? Thank you.
I don't think you'll kill pedals, but I don't know for sure. This is an area I don't know a whole lot about. I'm just going to tell you that. I don't use effect loops that much. So I don't know. I'm going to tell you I don't know. I hate to do that, but I think it's best because I don't want you to break anything.
Anybody have any recommendations for Rob?
I know Chris Hendricks, if he's in the comments, he is in the comments.
He is.
He is he's a worship guitar player, and they are effects loops junkies. So he will probably be able to give you some good insight on that.
Awesome. We're going to have to jump over. Super chat from Andrew House. Thank you for the super chat, Andrew.
Thank you.
He says, hey guys, love the show. All of them. Dylan, what pickups are going in the Carina Explorer? Just got mine and I'm not sure what to use. Was thinking 8-ball. Thanks for the recommendation.
I would put Super 8s, not 8-balls, in that. Because that's probably what I'm going to do, too. I don't know.
I don't know what pickups you want in it?
So that guitar is really interesting to me. It's so different. And I'm trying to decide if things that I don't normally like about guitars, I actually like in that guitar. Like, immediately it's darker. Like, immediately it's not like this bright, jangly thing that I normally like. But I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of good. And it's tight. So I think I'm going to try the Super 8s in there because they're going to be tight with gain, but they're still going to have a little bit more clarity than what's in there. A lot more. And that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do Super 8s in it. Yep. Pretty sure.
Cool. Hope that helps, Andrew. And then super chat from Chris Hendricks. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. He says, happy birthday, Dylan. Hey, Leslie. Recently gave my son Xander the Telly Deluxe you did. I'm super proud of his progress. He's working hard to learn to play. Converted another DTT junkie. That is
awesome.
Really cool, Chris.
That was the white thin line. You all remember it. The white thin line with the wide range pickups in it that we
cool.
redid. No, that's really awesome, man. We're actually doing another Telly with Chris. It's right over there. Yeah, cool.
Nick, do you know if a Telly body routed for a P90 in the bridge and a short bridge can be concealed or hidden if you switch back to a traditional bridge and Telly single coil bridge, or is the P90 route too wide to be hidden? Do
Cool.
you know if
Stop there.
Okay.
Yes. You cannot do that. It's too wide. There will be a hole. Okay, next. There was 2 questions here.
Do you know if the new Bluetooth switch you've ordered will work with the Fishman pickups that have multiple voicings? I'm excited to see if the switch will give lots of options or if it'll be a novelty and you end up gravitating to just 1 or 2 sounds and the other combinations just don't get used.
Okay, so my understanding of the new switch, I will have it tomorrow, by the way. My understanding of the new switch is that it is like a normal Strat switch in how it hooks up. So you have 3 pickups can hook up to it. Like a 3 4-wire humbuckers, 3 single coils, 2 single coils, 2 humbuckers, 2 P90s, 3 P90s. And it just does switching order. And I think it'll do grounds for coil splits. I don't know how. I doubt it would work with the Fishman in the way that you're thinking it would work unless the Fishman is a grounding situation. But I don't know. I don't know because that stuff happens. If the Fishman gets those tilts and stuff from grounding parts of the coil, then you might be able to make it work. But if it's not, if it's some other type of switching or combination of switching, I don't think it will work. And you'd still have to kind of go through that and figure all that out because there ain't going to be a manual for that.
Ain't gonna be. That's the official thing. Ain't gonna be. Super chat from Sean McMillan. Thanks, Sean, for the super chat. I always enjoy your content. It seems even more interesting than usual. Keep it up.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
I wonder
that.
if that's because you're more interesting or is it because now he knows you?
Oh, because we've had lunch or breakfast. We've had breakfast together. That's right.
I feel like relationships change when you... I mean, I even it's cool. There's so many people in here that I've met personally, so...
Agreed. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I agree.
Why
Thanks,
did
Sean.
you do that? What
Because
were you looking for?
I wanted to see how many people were here.
Oh.
I was curious.
Cool. So that was all of your held questions or pre-questions.
Okay.
So...
Excellent.
What you want to do now?
Well, let's see if there's any other questions that came in.
Oh, there are.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go.
All right. Let's see. I think that question has already been asked. All right. Patrick Hardy says he didn't get any stickers or anything. Maybe on his next one.
So there's a reason why. We ran out
What?
of... Wait. Oh. He had a pick guard. I screwed up. That was my fault. But I forgot to tell you. So I will take care of you. But I forgot to tell you. We ran out of the cards.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay. So I have more on order. And so what I'm having to do right now is print them out on 4x6 labels and just put them in the thing because that's all I have.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, because we ran out of the... So you'll still get the scan code cards.
People that have ordered pick guards never get stickers? I'm asking.
I think so.
All right. We should send them something special.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to search up that and figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be easy to find.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I would take ownership of that. I can do it while you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you won't be here.
Because I won't be here.
So sorry about that, Patrick. Fat Philosopher says, Dylan, what bike did you ride for that journey around the sun?
Huh. Didn't ride a bike. I rode a couple Harleys this year.
He says, okay.
This tequila is interesting. Not as good as our normal stuff.
Jeffrey Egan, thank you for the super chat. He said, watched Phil's review of your P90s. Congratulations. Very cool.
Thanks, man.
That was a nice video.
It was.
I watched it too.
It's funny because Phil, he didn't talk to me at all before. So he didn't tell me that he thought they were going to be good, or he didn't tell me that, because he would have said, if
maybe
I don't know, but he didn't say anything to me. He didn't call me ahead of time, nothing.
Yeah, we had no clue.
No idea. And then he just texted me and said the video is coming out tomorrow, or it's coming out on Sunday. Here's a link to it. But when it went up on Patreon, it got because it went up on Patreon first, it got 100 views, or however many people he's got on Patreon watched it, and we didn't get any orders. And I was like, man, I hope he liked them. And then I watched the video and I was like, oh, dang, he actually really liked them. And then when it came out, then it was just bonkers for the next, still, to this day, it's still bonkers. Yep. No, I really appreciate him.
Cecil Music. Dylan, how would you recommend getting a spring from a pin out of a trim block? Put it in there a while back, worked for a while to remove unwanted slop, but no longer works.
Spring from a pin?
From a pen in a trim block.
Oh, I know what he did. the tremolo arm was wiggling, so you put a pen spring in there and then screwed it in to take the tension, to put tension on the threads. Yeah, I don't know how. You're going to have to probably pick it out with a pick. And then you can go on Amazon and get the real springs for not very expensive. But you're going to have to use a pick probably. I mean, not a guitar pick. I mean,
Yeah. Sir Sneaker Pimp. I'm just going to say it. It was absolutely fantastic that Phil McKnight highlighted your P90. You have been knighted, sir. Dylan, now I need another guitar to get your P90 set.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Steve Rezer, since you love how small the spark since you love how small the spark is getting, are you going to get the Neuralink spark and give us a review?
The Neuralink spark. I think he's talking about if you put it in your head.
Oh. I don't know.
No, I
I'm
will
just
not.
reading.
I'm not getting any body implants.
What is the new spark though? What is it called?
It's called the Spark Go, and it's like a little Bluetooth speaker with a plug in it.
I just thought that's what they were talking about. I don't know.
That is what they're talking about, but he's joking because I was the other day when we announced it, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to come up with little earbud ones or earring ones or something, little tiny. It just keeps getting smaller,
Big earrings are the best though, so just kidding. Not really.
I mean, those are big.
John Toland. So, do you use Tonex into the amp or?
I'm using Tonex on the floor into an interface. It is the amp. Think of the Tonex as the amp, and then you put your time-based effects after, and your time-based effects after, and your drives and stuff before, just like normal. That's why it doesn't need an effects loop, because you're putting the effects physically in the right places where you can't actually do that with a real amp, unless you have a loop.
Okay. Sorry. Hang
It's
on.
all right.
1 second. Super chat from Eli Bascoy. Thank you for the super chat, Eli. What pickup height would you recommend on my Reverend Double Agent? They came on a used guitar. Bonus.
Nice. I start with 150 thousandths, which is about 4 to 5 millimeters. And what I do is I push my highest fret, the 22nd fret or 24th, whatever the last fret is, push it down until it hits the fretboard, and then I just make sure there's enough clearance between there. I do set the neck one first, and then I set the bridge to match it volume-wise. So I physically set the neck one, and then I match the bridge volume-wise. If I cannot get enough volume out of my bridge at that point to set it volume-wise, because the frequencies are going to be different because of the position, then I just lower the neck just a little bit. But it usually ends up being around 4 millimeters when you're all said and done with no fingers on the strings.
So just while we're still on Eli's comment, so he earlier told us he just got a used Reverend guitar and got a pleasant surprise when I picked it up and it had Dylan Filtertrons, better than the ones on my Gretsch Tennessee Rose.
Wow. Dude, that's really interesting because... Wait, Reverend?
Mm-hmm. A used Reverend.
I think I know that guitar. Maybe not. Are you in California? Well, you might have bought it off a Reverb or something. I'm curious to know where that guitar came from. because we've only ever sold like a half a dozen sets of Filtertrons. We don't hardly ever make them. Well, we don't make them now, but that's really interesting. I think I know who owned that guitar before you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said they're Dylan Filtertrons, by the way.
That's really neat, man.
All right. Machu says, we talk about dismissing returns. I don't know if he means
Diminishing, probably.
Returns with guitars. I'm getting an Amplified Nation amp delivered tomorrow.
Ooh.
Our amp similar. How much better is a $3,000 head versus a $1,500 head?
I think so. The diminishing returns thing with musical instruments is a sliding scale based on how much you personally value and enjoy the thing. So, if you buy a $10,000, let's make it realistic. If you bought a $5,500 Gretsch White Falcon, I wouldn't care if that guitar was $500 or $5,500 because I don't really care about those guitars that much. If you showed me a $549 Les Paul Jr. and then gave me a 1959 Les Paul Jr. and it cost me $15,000, that's not diminishing returns to me because I 100% want one of those and I value it. Amps are interesting because they really affect how the guitar sounds, but it also depends on how the player plays. So again, if it's worth it to you, if you think an Amplified Nation amp is cool, I do, then buy it. Enjoy it. Don't let that bother you. I mean, it's your money, it's your amp, it's your life. Enjoy that thing, man. Enjoy it. That's really cool. I'm very happy for you, actually. But the diminishing returns thing is an interesting conversation.
So back to Eli. Chris Hendricks said that'd be hilarious if it's one I modded. Eli says he's in Tennessee. It's a black guitar. And Chris said, I've put Dylan's Trons in a double agent. Was it jet stream shape or buckshot? So they're still trying to figure out if they know the guitar. But Chris thinks he might have done it.
That's interesting. That's really cool.
Awesome.
With reverb and stuff, you don't know where stuff can end up. But, I mean, I know I've only ever sold a few sets.
Apparently Chris got some.
Yep. Oh, I know he did. Yep.
Patrick Hardy says, what is that pickup with the blue type wire? A P90? That's a nice color versus gold wire to me.
Blue type wire. So you must be looking at the one that we had on Instagram and Facebook and stuff over the last couple of days. That was actually a custom shop thing that I did for Dan.
And it was purple.
And it was purple. Sparkly purple. And that's just a regular humbucker size P90 with a really custom cover that took me forever to make, but it was very cool. Yep. That's what I'm talking about this kind of custom shoppy stuff that I want to start doing.
Stu Crombie said, I think he's talking about your drink. He said lemon juice or orange and salt.
No, tequila.
I don't know if you thought you had something with it.
Oh, no, just drink it straight. Yep. I just sip it because this is something we picked up at a distillery in Tennessee, and I'm really picky about tequila, and I've never tried it straight before. I usually, I'll have it in a margarita or something. But I like a sipping tequila, and I just wanted to try it.
We did a taste test, so It probably got lost. It tasted good in the mix of whatever tasting we did that day, is why we got it.
But when you're in a distillery tasting 12 things...
And we always seem to go on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
That's where we learned about pickle juice, though.
Yeah, pickle juice as a palate cleanser.
Apparently, people do that all the time.
Had no idea.
See it all the time.
Had no idea. It's amazing. It works awesome.
If you like pickles,
If you like pickles, yeah.
Curtis Chavez says, your P90 sounded choice on Phil's demo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Keith Sharp, does a heavy lacquered fretboard sound different than a satin fretboard?
No.
New Gun Guy, for acoustic guitar pickup, under saddle piezo or sound hole magnetic?
Ooh, so that's tough. It depends on your playing style. This is something that I've experimented with a lot. I like both because under saddle will get you the percussiveness, but it doesn't get you the resolution of the string motion. So something like I don't know, like an LR Baggs lyric system that puts a microphone inside and then has an undersaddle at the same time, that to me is the bomb.
Robinson Custom says Exotico Blanco from the freezer. You'll never go back, and it's not that expensive.
I'm going to write that down right now.
Oh, why don't we ever stick any in the freezer? That's a great idea, actually.
This is a great idea.
Okay, one more time. We're
Go ahead.
going to circle back to Eli. He said it's a Jetstream. The person I got it from definitely didn't put them in himself because when I said, oh, cool, Dylan's, he had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, that's funny.
So he didn't even. So it must have passed hands a couple of times at least. That's really
What's funny is, it might have been Chris because Chris does a lot of things for customers, and one of the things that Chris does is I love him for this. He'll just suggest, hey, this is what I think you should get. So maybe the guy didn't even know really what he was getting, but he would suggest it and get it for him. So he'll order stuff from me and put it into other people's guitars. So
so they might not even.
They might not
know.
really
Yeah.
understand what they got. Yep.
Machu says, I would like to buy a reasonably priced guitar and put your P90s in it. What would be some good guitars to consider?
Those Reverends. Go get a Reverend Jet would be cool. Even a used one would be killer. An Epiphone or Les Paul SG Special or Epiphone SG or Les Paul Special would be pretty reasonably priced, I would say. They would be good guitars. Yamaha RevStar has a model that's like $649 or $749 with two P90s in it. Just rip those out and put mine in there. That's a good start. That RevStar would be killer because that guitar was really good.
Vimps69 says, I received my pickups today. Great packaging. Thank you.
Thank you.
Polyphonic Groove. Which humbucker size P90 is the best in the neck that you make?
Well, we only make one.
So it's the best.
Yep. And it's really good.
Eric Daughtry. Daughtry?
Daughtry, probably. Yep.
It looks like
Daughtery.
the letters are backwards. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to your video on the Hyper Switch. It really interests me, but I have a ton of questions and concerns.
Put those questions and concerns right here. Let's talk about them. Because I think there's some questions and concerns that I think people don't need to have. But I also think there might be some that we do need to have. So, yeah, if you get back in there, yeah, cool.
Stu Crombie said, if your van was older, I'd have called my dad. Sounds too new because he has 2 grandkids.
Ha!
That's funny. Patrick Hardy says, stop it. Your pickups are in Guitar Magazine. You are the man. I feel like Patrick
Thanks.
calls you out on that every time
I know.
you're modest.
I know.
I just realized that as I was reading it. I was like, oh no, Patrick's the one that likes to call you out.
Yeah.
Marcia Murray. Gretsch just released the G 5210P90. They have metal rings around the pickups, and I was curious if that adds inductance or something, or is it just aesthetic?
Aesthetic. Yep. I've seen them. I played them, actually. Yep.
Guitar Man, actually, 63. What do you think about the Epiphone Prophecy Extura? I just got one and I love it, but I would like to know what you think about them.
Keep going. I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Because I don't remember what it is.
Rob Murrah wants to know, what do you think about headless guitars?
I think they're really cool. I almost bought one last time I was at Sweetwater.
Did you say Sweetwater?
Yeah. I almost said Stumac, and then I went into Sweetwater.
Sweetwater.
Yeah. Yep.
You still going? You still looking?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's sick, man.
That's what he thinks.
Ooh, and that has Fishman's in it, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's a sick guitar, dude.
Ooh,
It's
I
an
like
Explorer.
that color.
For real. It's an Explorer with block inlays. It's basically an Epiphone Explorer with Fishman's and like real modern appointments. That's really sick, man. I dig that a lot.
Chris Hendricks says, I do make suggestions, and full disclosure, it's most often Dylan's stuff. And yes, that's happened once or twice where I got a mod budget and just bought DTT stuff and new electronics.
Yep. He's done that before.
Surprise!
This is what you're getting.
Yes. This is what you want. This is what you get. I know. You have to give me a second, though.
No, you're fine.
All right. Tony Leonardi, thank you for the super chat, Tony. He says, happy birthday, brother. Good evening, Leslie.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'm reading these in the wrong tone because I'm just like an afterthought. Like, it's all about you.
You're not an afterthought. You know how many people don't watch when you're not here?
No,
Oh,
because I'm not here.
Well, that's true.
Guy Faubert wants to know, do you ship to Canada?
Yep. Every week. Every week.
Okay. Flip back over. Wounded Monk. That's an interesting name.
It's a cool name.
Is it a band name?
Should be.
Hi, Dylan. A quick question about the wire gauge. I found a dead humbucker in a guitar I'm repairing. Only one coil had continuity, and the other was reading 8K. What gauge would you use to hit the 8K mark?
43 or 44. Probably. I'd have to physically see how full the bobbin was to make a final determination. If the bobbin's really full, 43. If the bobbin has like lips on the sides, 44.
Daniel Naranja says that right-hand bracelet is fire, boss.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that's your right hand.
This is actually, people ask me about it all the time. It's actually a multi-tool. It's the Leatherman Tread. So it has flat screwdriver, Allen key. You flip it like this and you can use it. Allen key, Phillips screwdrivers, flat screwdrivers, bottle opener, 1/4 inch nut driver, like 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter hexes. It's all built into a bracelet, and I use it all the time.
Ta-da. Rusty Shackelford. Why can't a humbucker be made from two single coil size bobbins? That way coil split would be a true single coil sound. I know I'm missing something.
It can be. The problem is, yes, it can be. And there are some people that do it. Jerry Santel does it. Santel. You can do, there's a kit, I think you can do it to put two lace sensors together. You can do that. Here's the problem. It's not about full single coil tone or not. It's about the relative drop between what you have, what you start with, and what you end up with. So the pickup could be this big, and if you cut half of it off, it's still going to be half, and it's still going to be very noticeable. So it's not about the size that you end up with as much as it is the relative drop between the two.
All right. Super chat from Paul McNary. Thanks for the super chat, Paul. He says, "Hello, Leslie, and happy birthday, Dylan." Is that order better? Yes, Paul. That was great. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. I had to read it like that too.
That was great.
All right. Chris Hendricks. So, Spark or Spark Mini? Also, which is better, springs or foam under pickup height adjustment?
Foam under pickup height adjustment, Spark Mini.
That was easy. Stu Crombie. I bought a Hudson Broadcast into a Boss GP10. It squeals like a pig with high gain. I think that's the question.
Sounds to me like you have something loose. Maybe it needs some wax potting. Maybe it needs some tightening up somehow. There's some loose parts somewhere.
Loose parts.
Yep.
Super chat from Van Shank Guitars. Thank you, Ivan. He says, "Happy birthday, Dylan."
Thank you.
Ivan and I chatted about rice style food.
I saw that. We need to save that for after 9 o'clock, but I want to know your thoughts on the rice style food.
Okay.
Okay. That has to be after 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Because I was like, what in the heck? I was busy and I didn't obviously click through and learn about it, but anyway.
I knew exactly what it was. But so Ivan, yeah, we can talk
Yeah,
about it later.
let's talk about it after 9.
All right. Sorry. I won't even go there. I just had a conversation with Ivan today.
Okay.
Or I didn't. I left him a comment. We didn't really have a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Daniel, give us till after this live stream, and maybe we can get you a link for the bracelet.
Oh, I can do that, yeah.
I don't even know that you should call it a bracelet. And since I already called Daniel out, also, compressor with blend knob in solid state modular effects loops. Any thoughts? Compressor with a blend knob in a solid state modular effects loop. Any thoughts?
I don't know what that means because all those functions are available in modelers, like the Tonex one that I have. So I don't know what you're exactly asking.
Super chat from Van Shank Guitars. Thank you for the super chat. He said, "Thanks, Leslie."
You're welcome.
I got my own comment.
You did. You got your own $2.20 of metric money.
My own comment.
Minus 40% of YouTube take.
Minus 60% that I never see because it's yours. What does that mean? Nothing.
Oh, that's funny.
Who is it that asked us that time? They were like, I get everything or something? I don't know what. Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
John OJF. Dylan, where to get a SSH pick guard? I'm going Bonneville SS and a previous purchase DDT hum. Maybe it means DTT? I don't know. Looking for something fancy. Any tips?
Shoot me and go to the contact thing on the email on the website and shoot me a message about that, and I can help you with that. If you're gonna order the other pickups from me, maybe we can. Yeah, we can do something. I can help you with that. It's hard for me to just do separate parts, but if you're ordering pickups from me and I can put it on another order with some other pick guards that are being cut, then we can make something happen.
Curtis Chavez, is anyone else miffed that Yamaha didn't include a P90 option on the RevStar Element? Grrr.
I mean, they had to build in some profit centers for that guitar. You know, they couldn't all be $549, so they had to make it. And honestly, yeah, I mean, they just had to make it different levels, which I get.
JC, can push-pull pots be used on a single coil telly, or did I just waste money buying them for my newest guitar?
If you have coil tap pickups, coil tap single coils, but yeah, otherwise you cannot use them for much. You might be able to wire them. You could do an out of phase with it. You could do maybe a series setup with it. You might be able to do a couple things like that. Look up some wiring diagrams on series and out of phase wiring. Make use of what you already paid for.
Robinson's Customs. Hey Dylan, what do you think of Mac Mulls? Any specifics on models?
What is that?
I don't know. MACMULLS.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Are you going to look it up? No.
I will. Go ahead.
Patrick Hardy says, I want one purple wire P90 pickup.
Okay. All I get is Meek Mill.
Super chat from Tony Leonardi. Thank you for the super chat, Tony. He said, hi, Leslie. I'm Italian Catholic. I can't take the guilt.
Oh my God. That is hilarious.
All right.
That's really funny.
Thanks, Tony. I wasn't trying to guilt anybody, by the way.
Tony, I have not forgot about your black SG, by the way. Just so you know. I have not forgot about that. I'll tell you that nothing is getting done the rest of this week.
Did you look that up? Was that a thing?
I couldn't figure it out.
Robinson's Customs, if you want to... I don't know if that was misspelled or if we just don't know. That'd be great. Fat Philosopher, assume orders went crazy after the McKnight video.
Yeah, we sold a lot of stuff. We sold a lot of P90s. And not just P90s, like all kinds of other stuff. I'm hoping that, and I mean this in the, you know, like, I'm glad that somebody else likes them. I like them, but they're mine. So for people to watch our stuff and be like, well, of course you're going to say they're awesome because you make them. So I get that. And so I've always kind of felt like, oh, it would be nice if somebody else could try them and see if they like them. And it's finally like, I probably could send them to all kinds of YouTubers and we could do all that stuff, but I don't like doing that. It was a genuine thing. Like, he called me one day and was like, I want to try them. It was a genuine, you know, it wasn't like I'm shopping for a compliment thing, which is the genuine way to do it, you know? So I kind of, but I'm grateful that he did because now other people will find out about us. So we sold a lot of P90s, but we also sold a lot of other stuff because now people kind of jumped on and understood what we do. So that was really cool. And I really appreciate him.
Super chat from Eli Bascoy. Thank you for the super chat, Eli. He says, thanks for the pickup height advice. I just did it and it helped a lot.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, he probably could sit there and work on his guitar while he's watching.
That's fun. Peter Moore. Have you seen the new Cole and Clark hybrid guitar with its revolutionary P/IPS thoughts? Cheers from New Zealand.
I have not seen what you're talking about. I've played a bunch of Cole Clarks, so I don't know what that is. But I have played a bunch of them, and I like them. It's kind of on my list. I was just talking to my buddy, actually, who has a Cole Clark this morning. Will texted me this morning. And I was telling him that I kind of have a thing about acoustic guitars. And it sort of sucks because I have an electric guitar channel, and
Really like acoustics.
really like acoustic guitars. Yeah.
Rusty Shackelford, what pots and caps do you put with P90s?
I have been putting 33s and 500s with them. I always said 47s for everything, but I'm kind of moving down a little, just a notch, because it unlocks a little bit of mid-range on the top and the clarity on the top that I like.
Eric Daugherty, I don't know what his name is. Will the hyper switch function if the battery dies? Does the switch die too?
That's a good question that I don't know the answer to, and we will find that out very soon. That's a good question.
And then he also said, can it wire separate pickups in series? I don't know if that went with something else, but
I believe that it can. Yes.
All right. Rob F. I've seen Bluetooth devices get hacked into rather easily. In a public venue, I would be worried about somebody taking the guitar over and changing the settings.
I mean,
This sounds like it would be really funny.
you could be worried about a lot of things. The person that knows that that's in your guitar is your buddy, and he's messing with you. Other than that, I don't like to call people paranoid because they have various reasons for worrying about various things. You know what I mean? So, but in my world, for me, that would be a paranoia that I wouldn't go down that road, because I won't worry about it that much. But it depends, if you're a Bluetooth engineer and you know how stuff works, you might be worried about stuff that I'm not worried about. So, but I wouldn't be worried about it.
All right. We only have 3 minutes left, and we got a super chat, so
Cool.
we might not get to these 10 remaining questions that I have. Polyphonic Groove, thank you for the super chat. To better clarify, in your opinion, would the humbucker size P90 be better in the neck or bridge? I'm also buying your humbucker sized single coil. Which one is best in which position?
Okay, I would put the humbucker size P90 in the bridge, and I would put the humbucker size single coil in the neck. Yes.
Cool. All right. Patrick
Thank you.
Cardi. Can a set of 2 P90s, a pair, go into a Jaguar?
Yeah, you'd have to cut the guitar and get a pick guard for it. But yeah, it would go in there.
He said, if so, I want those purple wire pickups. He may have mentioned that more than once.
Oh, okay.
Dumac.
Shoot me a message on that. Shoot me an email on that, Patrick Hardy, and we'll get something going for you. I have the stuff. We can do it.
Dylan, where do you stand on the idea that at high gain, pickups don't matter?
I don't stand all the way on the Glenn Fricker side of it. I understand what he's saying. I do understand the sentiment behind what he's saying, but I know how the electricity works, and I know that when you change the pickup is the baseline for the rest of the guitar. Period. End of story. And if the pickup doesn't make a sound, if it can't make a particular frequency, or a particular frequency is really prominent, that's the center point. That's the starting point for everything else. And then everything else kind of gets cut away from there. Now, on an active guitar, it's a little bit different, but still, well, it's a lot different. But definitely on a passive guitar, the pickup is where everything starts. And you can do other things after that to kill various parts of the frequencies. But since it's a subtractive instrument with passive pickups, meaning every component after it is taking away signal, the pickup is where it all starts.
All right, it is 9 o'clock. We'll take one more question. Sir Sneaker Pimp said, if I purchased a Gary Clark Jr. SG, what would I, or maybe it means signature.
Yep.
What would I put in the middle? Do you have a triple set?
Yeah, I would wind you a reverse wound, reverse polarity 3 set. We've done that lots of times for that model. Yes. Basically, just when you order it, put on the note what the guitar is going in. But 99% of the time, when somebody's ordering 3 P90s at once, I usually just wind them reverse wound, reverse polarity, because they're going in a triple jet Reverend, or they're going in that Gary Clark guitar, or there's a couple other 3 P90 guitars. So that's probably what's happening.
All right, before you introduce After 9.
Okay.
Even though it's after 9. Tony Leonardi, thanks for the super chat. Forget the SG is my son's and she wants to sell it. I apologize. Kids.
No worries. We were trying to decide what he wanted to do with an SG, and I was supposed to send him an invoice the other day.
I had no idea what we were talking about.
No,
so
no worries. No worries. No worries at all. We'll be building other stuff together, I am sure. Yeah, that's
feel
fine.
that. Kids. All right, after 9, what are we doing?
Well, this is off-topic hour, so you can only ask questions that don't have anything to do with guitars. You can ask anything you want, and we might answer it. And the only way we will take guitar questions after 9 o'clock is if they're in a super chat. Otherwise, we will ignore them. And for those of you that get here at 9:01, because you forgot to turn your clocks back 2 weeks ago or whatever, and are upset about that, you can rewind it.
Except we sprung ahead.
Whatever.
Trying to call people out and you're even...
Yeah, so talk to me about this plant-based rice food.
Yeah, so I even posted a picture and he was like, wait, have we been misled? He said, like, have we been eating dried up maggots or something?
Oh.
Because it was a picture of a package of... And he just said plant-based rice. You know, like, what is plant-based rice? Like, isn't all rice plant-based?
Yeah.
But it's plant-based rice style.
Okay.
It's not rice.
So is it like cauliflower rice?
It is. It's a plant, a Japanese plant. I think it starts with a K. I cannot remember what it's called.
Fat philosopher?
But it is the same product that we bought those spaghetti noodles. But they make a rice. So it comes, so that was a picture. I don't know that I even tried it.
So why would somebody use that? Because it's a different starch or something?
Because it's keto and paleo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just funny. He was like, plant-based, like, isn't all rice plant-based? And I was like, like, rice style is the really gross part here. And that was a picture, so I don't know if you tried it or if you've ever tried these products. They come in liquid. It's like a mushy package, and you have to rinse off the product because to preserve it, of course, it has like some kind of like a citric acid or something in the water. So you have to rinse it off. And I made the like spaghetti noodles. We made spaghetti. I mixed it in the sauce so that he wouldn't see it, because they were like
sticky,
iridescent.
Yeah.
They were like clear iridescent. It was the creepiest looking thing, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't delicious.
No, I won't use it again.
I still have some in there.
I know. I know.
Don't buy stuff at Costco when you don't know what it is.
But that rice stuff is the same type of deal.
It's the same brand and everything.
I wonder if Fat
product.
Philosopher knows what it is.
It's not like cauliflower rice. I could go grab the package and tell you what it is. I might still have it in my search because I was talking about it the other day. Hang on.
Is it this?
Yes.
How to say it?
I don't know.
There you go. Well, thank you.
But yes, that's what the word is.
Okay. Well, that's the story. I was wondering about it because I saw it. I really want to make my chair.
Oh, Vinny's World said, read
There we go.
cognac. Thank you, Vinny's World. I like to get some phonetic spelling.
Cognac.
Phonetic pronunciation. Anyway, thank you.
Is there other questions in there?
Cognac.
Because I see them talking about all kinds of stuff. I saw the Stanley Cup. When I bent over there for a minute.
Because you're nosy.
So,
All right. Let's see what we got. In Flagrante Dan Electro says pineapple on a pizza, blasphemy or heaven?
Not
wouldn't call
not
it
heaven,
No.
but it's not blasphemy. I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my first preference, but it's not
I
bad.
like pineapple though. I ate a piece today
Did you? I didn't even...
off of the plate.
Yeah, I didn't have any. Fat Philosopher. Who do you predict will win the Stanley Cup? Boston? Edmonton?
Between those two, it's going to be Boston. But I don't know. I actually haven't been following hockey at all this year. I hate to say it, but which really is not like me, but I've been really out of it with the hockey stuff. There's too much racing going on.
I lost my place. I have to hold it. Machu says, did you sell the van?
No, it is for sale still.
You want to buy it?
If you would like to buy it, I have it for ready. It's ready.
Mr. K says, does the penis pump enlarger really work? You have to ask somebody in the comments.
Wouldn't know.
And that is not a question that I would have any... Obviously, I wouldn't have any advice on. Chris Hendricks, popcorn and popcorn-based chip products. Thoughts? I like popcorn. What's
Popcorn.
a popcorn chip? Oh, but the little Lay's that looks like a waffle fry, but it's like a bubble air something. It's not popcorn. They're called Poppables or something. Those are delicious.
I don't know. I like popcorn.
I like popcorn, yes. Stu Crombie, my workmate's an Audi specialist. Get VAGCOM on a PC laptop. You can unlock all the things you need.
I have heard that.
Patrick Hardy says, no pineapple or salted fish on my pizza.
No salted fish for sure.
Does that mean anchovies? Oh, am I missing? I am missing. Super chat from Gremlin Fred 3.
He's back again.
Your thoughts on the last F1 race? How about the competition between Verstappen and Checo, Alfonso and Aston Martin? Wow.
I am very interested to see what happens at Red Bull this year because Checo is on it. I have a feeling that was a team order to not let Verstappen pass Checo so that Checo would win that race. And the reason I think that...
Wait, did you just say it was fixed?
Mm-hmm. And the reason I think that is because Jost Verstappen was pissed after the race. Max's dad was pissed. You could see it he was would not look at any cameras. He was mad. And it makes me wonder if they made the call to just leave Verstappen behind him. So, yeah, I wonder.
Wonder if it's fixed, huh? Sir Sneaker Pimp, have you seen the MotoGP series called There Can Only Be One? It's on YouTube and it's great.
People have told me about it, and I have not had a chance to watch it yet.
Do you think Lewis is fed up with Mercedes?
I think Lewis is going to retire before he wins again. I said it.
Machu, eat crickets? Yay nor nay?
I have eaten them in the past. I would not eat them now.
I've never eaten a cricket.
When I lived on the reservation I had some people teach me how to. Because
How to eat crickets?
Yeah, because they would eat them because it was...
Crickets live in the desert?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do they live in... How?
I don't know. They were there, though.
In flagrante dan electro, star. Wars or Trek?
Wars. Duh.
What is that?
Unless it's Voyager, because 7 of 9 was hot. Other than that. Jerry Ryan. That's what her name was.
Chris Hendricks, you on board with Ricardo's... How do you say his name?
Ricardo.
Role on the Red Bull team? Do you think they'll put him back behind the wheel?
Not right now, because Checo and Max are so good, but I'm glad that he's there, and I hope he doesn't leave. I hope he stays.
Curtis Chavez, I'm going to count this as a non-guitar question because he says, besides guitar, what musical instruments do you all play or enjoy?
I actually don't play anything else.
I mean, I enjoy a lot of instruments. I can't play any.
Yeah. I enjoy...
Oh, where's the can't play any Roddy guy?
I don't know. He hasn't been around.
Anyway.
I enjoy them all, actually. I really enjoy music in general. I enjoy non-guitar music a lot. So I explore it quite a bit. We both do.
Jason Albert said, thoughts on Snap-on tools?
I have a bunch. They're great.
We do have to keep our son away from the Snap-on tool truck.
We do. Yeah. Our son is a mechanic at a Toyota dealership. And you're constantly being like, do you really need to buy that? I guess not. But I have a bunch of Snap-on tools accumulated over the years, and I really like them.
Robinson's Custom said, I had a pizza place put sliced carrots on both of our takeout pies a few years ago. Our confusion was palpable. I've never had carrots on pizza.
I have had carrots on pizza. I don't like it, but where was
we?
I thought it was me and you that had that.
Carrots?
It was available, or it was there.
It was. I've not eaten it.
We did not have... I thought I had it on my pizza, though.
Carrots? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't see you choosing carrots.
Well, I mean... Yeah, no.
It must have.
I'm pretty sure I did, though.
I just can't imagine that. Fat Philosopher said, thick crust or thin crust pizza?
Depends where I'm at. I have no law for or against any crust of pizza. For the most part. Except for gluten-free, because it doesn't make sense to eat particle board. But...
You're eating gluten-free pizza.
Yeah, I mean gluten-free dough, like the crumbly kind. Like, I'm eating that cauliflower crust. That's really good.
Which is gluten-free.
I know, but it's not like the normal kind. I really like it.
Just because you got a quality one and not a bad one.
Well, that's true.
You can't categorize it all together.
But I would still go to Chicago and have the thick kind. I would still go to New York.
You can't, though. I don't think they make a thick one with...
Ours kind of stuff on it. I would also go to New York and get the big wide one and fold it in half. Like, yeah. No, I'm a man of many pizza crusts.
Of pizza, period.
Pizza, period. Yeah.
Vinny's World said, team strategy is not fixed.
No. It's true. Her and I talk about this all the time. Whether Formula One is fixed or not.
We do not talk about it all the time. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to admit that it's fixed.
I don't want to admit.
Robinson Customs, is Jimmy still at Jersey Shore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy is Jersey Shore.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Patrick Hardy said, I tried honeybee ant before. Tastes just like honey.
That's interesting.
Sean McMillan said, thoughts on tonight's tequila. What's your tequila of choice?
So, we typically drink, what is it?
Avion Reposado.
Yes. Avion Reposado, but we don't have any at the moment. and so I'm using this stuff from Tennessee, and it's okay. I would have it in a margarita. It's not terrible to sip, but it's not Evian Reposado or any of the other really nice tequilas.
Vinci Guitar says, I love carrots.
That's interesting.
Jason Albert said, I tell people I sold my soul to the Snap-on man. It was cheaper than paying the bill.
Yep.
Fat Philosopher said it was your other wife, Dylan, that you had carrot pizza with, I guess. It was your other wife.
She was weird enough, that might be.
Ooh. Stu Crombie says, we use Snap-on because we break a lot of torque bits, so they replace them.
Yes. I have Torx, the fancy gold ones, Snap-on ones, and I have the Volkswagen specific ones, like the 12, are they 12 point or whatever? I have those ones too.
Curtis Chavez says, worm and tequila, yay or nay?
That is
That's
not
a different
tequila.
kind of, right.
That is mezcal.
Yes.
And you have to get mezcal from a proper mezcal. You can't just go to the grocery store and get mezcal. You have to, honestly, you have to go to Mexico. I've had very good mezcal.
Did you eat the worm?
Yes. I mean,
I was just asking.
yeah. That's all of that story I'm going to tell.
Just one time in Mexico.
Yep.
Machu, does Ziltoid make good coffee? I have no idea.
I don't know what that is.
Wounded Monk, have you heard of the YouTube channel Technology Connections? He makes cool vids about old and new tech with a lot of snarky humor. With your mechanical engineering background, it might be up your alley.
I would be interested to see that.
Snarky humor is fantastic.
Snarky humor is my YouTube channel does not like snarky humor, nor does my Facebook page, but I like it, and I think it's funny. Things that are dry, that super chat's the one that just came in.
You're still talking, though.
No, go ahead.
Gremlin Fred 3, thank you for the super chat. He says, I agree. Love your channel. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I grew up in a car stereo shop repairing radios and playing with electromagnet speakers, and I can't find anything you have said about electric guitars. Thanks. What? Maybe can't find anything wrong?
Maybe. Or right.
He left it up to interpretation.
Yeah.
All right.
I know a lot about electronics, and I've watched your videos.
Yeah.
And I think that I've watched your videos.
Yeah. Check. Oh,
Yeah.
man, that was funny. Okay.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Sir Sneaker Pimp says, a question for Leslie. What type of music do you enjoy? Are you a connoisseur? Definitely not a connoisseur. I like a lot of different music.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very wide variety. If you found my music history, you'd be like,
What the
who
heck?
all listens to this? Because it is that varied. But it's just me.
Both of ours are like that, though. I mean,
I like a lot of things.
mm-hmm. You have a history with more music than like. I did not know about country music really until I moved to Georgia, and we started building Telecasters, and I really got into country music then. So I got into a band playing, old school country and stuff. So you have a lot more history with it than I do, but I like it. But then, I don't know, we both contribute a lot to the big picture of it. There's another one.
Gremlin Fred 3, thanks for another super chat. He said you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
So now is he saying we're right
We're
about
right
saying
about
you're
being
wrong?
wrong or right. Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, we're just teasing you, Gremlin Fred.
I am
Thank
wrong.
you very
You're
much.
correct. Yeah, and you don't have. Yeah. There's another one.
Guitar question. Thank you for the super chat, Wounded Monk.
Thank you, Wounded Monk.
I want to know where your name comes from. And Monk is capitalized, so it makes me think it stands for something. I'm really curious. Anyway, the bobbin had about a 2mm lip, if that helps you make a judgment. Thanks for the helpful answer. Currently building a pickup winder. Just waiting on my parts to arrive. Arduino based.
Nice. 44.
Oh, he was the one that wanted to know to get the 8K.
Yep.
Got ya.
Yep. Thank you for the super chat to ask that question after 9 o'clock. And yes, 44 I would go with.
Cool.
43 would fill it all the way up to get that kind of resistance.
Um,
Ugh, 44.
Van Check Guitar says Jeremy Fielding is also a great resource for electrical and robotics on YouTube.
Interesting stuff.
Machu says Tequila, 1942. I don't know what that is. Is
Yeah.
that a brand?
Yep. My friend Justin used to sell that.
Charles Wallace, I thought he went to bed. He said anything a bet can be placed on is likely controlled by Vegas. The house never loses. Just saying.
That's really funny.
Sir Sneaker Pimp said, I smelled connoisseur wrong, thanks to me dropping my phone while typing. It was very phonetic, though, so I knew what you meant. Clockwork 914 says, hi, Dylan. Oh, let me start over. Clockwork 914 says, hi, Leslie and birthday boy Dylan. Which color lightsaber do you don for battle?
Probably green.
I have no...
Or blue,
are they different?
Blue. Yeah, the bad guys have red ones.
Oh, you're a good guy?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm a Jedi, duh.
I have no clue. I've seen a lot of Star Wars movies and I still don't understand what it is. I think for the star question originally, I might have to go with Trek because it makes more sense to me.
Okay.
And I watched it when I was little. I never saw Star Wars when I was young. My grandpa was a super Star Trek nerd.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't get Star Wars.
I had
You and Bryson have tried to explain it to me so many times, and I just don't get it.
Yep.
I don't remember the characters. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. It doesn't sink in.
It's all right.
All right. So what color would I have? Am I a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not nice. All right. Timothy Potter said, if you like celery, you should try that on pizza. It's fantastic. I dare you. I have some celery in there.
I don't want to put celery on pizza. Come on. Celery is for scooping of dip into the mouth. Other than that...
It's good in that potato salad.
It is good in potato salad. That is true.
Anyway.
If there's pickles in there. And you lean heavily on the mustard.
That whole jar's almost gone.
Oh,
like,
God.
I just dumped that dill relish in there.
Oh, my God. It was so good.
Oh, you liked it the second time better because it had more mustard?
I like a high quality of mustard in anything that has mustard in it. A high quantity. I like vinegar.
So you probably like German potato salad. Have you ever had that?
I have, but okay. So I like vinegar, but German potato salad's vinegar. Right?
Okay.
The mustard is it, though. I love mustard.
That's so weird.
I love mustard.
All right.
And I like all the flavors of mustard, like all the spicy ones and the crunchy ones and the stuff with sawdust in it and all that. Yeah, whatever, like the stone ground stuff or whatever, the gritty ones. But good old French's yellow mustard is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm missing stuff.
Oh, and spicy mustard, like Chinese food
happening?
spicy mustard. What's happening? Are we missing some super chats?
Yeah, I think I'm not paying attention. Okay. There. Okay. Gremlin Fred 3. Thank you for the super chat. He said autocorrect dropped the sentence. Maybe it was like a loud hint. That's funny.
Thank you. Hey, Vinny's World.
Vinny's World, thank you for the super chat. He says, love the snarky post on Facebook too, and some of the essays that people reply with really helps break up a boring workday.
Yeah, I had to delete some of that stuff, my own comments, because I think it's all funny. I think it's hilarious, but some people take that stuff really religiously, and I don't look down on you for feeling that way. I just think it's funny, and I should be able to think something is funny.
All right. Oh. I'm going to read this because I just saw it, but I'm in the wrong order. Bacon Tracks, Back in Tracks for Guitar says,
Hey.
You should try a Brazilian drink called, I don't know what that says, but Maria tells me that all the time.
What is it?
And I still don't know what it is. We need to figure out how to make that. It calls for an alcohol I've never heard of, though.
Okay. Well, ask Maria, and we'll see if we can get it.
Okay. Okay, I am like so mixed up now. Okay. Let's see. Martian Murray says favorite pizza toppings. I like pepperoni, mushrooms, and jalapenos, or substitute pineapple for jalapenos. You should never get rid of jalapenos.
No, or mushrooms.
He didn't substitute mushrooms.
Oh.
What are your favorite pizza toppings?
Pepperoni, garlic, basil. I like putting artichoke hearts on my pizza. I like putting olives on my pizza, green instead of black if possible. Jalapeno fresh rings, so they like burn when you like kind of crispy.
Not real pepperoni, by the way.
Yeah, not real pepperoni either. But yeah, something like that.
That sounds like you just built my pizza. I feel like I'm converting you.
It's good.
If I can get you to get the roasted broccoli on there, you'll be all in.
Nope, you can have the roasted broccoli.
That's so good. All right. Jason Albert, did you know that Waylon Jennings was Buddy Holly's bass player during the tour that Buddy died?
Yep.
I did not. Vinny's World, do you consider a yellow lightsaber cannon? What's that mean?
Yellow lightsaber cannon. I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, Wounded Monk. It's not a great name for him. Wounded Monk is my handle on most platforms. It comes from me being raised in a cult and the trauma surrounding that situation. Sorry for the dark explanation.
Oh, wow.
LOL. That's very interesting.
That is very...
I apologize for being insensitive to that.
That's very...
But thank you for sharing.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Chris Hendricks says, Star Trek for the win. Clockwork 914. Leslie doesn't know about the Kyber crystals. I don't know what that means.
She doesn't.
Jason Albert says celery is for peanut butter.
Yeah, but see, okay, maybe, but it's transportation for something else. It's not a food. Like, celery is a negative calorie waste of time. The only thing it's a vehicle for something else. You do not eat celery because you like celery. You eat celery because you like peanut butter, or because you like ranch,
I
or
eat
because
celery by itself.
When?
Almost every time I eat celery.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I'll have hummus, but most of the time I eat it plain. Because most of the time we're somewhere where there's just like real ranch that I can't eat.
Oh,
so then I
that's
eat
true.
plain celery.
That's true.
And you do too.
Yeah, I'll eat it if it's there, but I'm not
But
gonna.
you'd rather have an avenue.
Yeah, it's transportation for something else. That's all it is.
Not peanut butter for me though.
Well, that's because you can have peanut butter.
Even when I eat peanut butter, celery and peanut butter does not go together.
It's just water and peanut. Well, water and peanut butter doesn't go together really.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Any thoughts on cold pizza?
Heck yeah.
Wayne McConnell asked.
I'm down with cold pizza.
I don't like cold pizza. JC says, is YouTube your side hustle?
No. Well,
Main hustle.
so the pickup company and the YouTube business are one thing, and it is not a side hustle. Our pickup business would not exist without YouTube, and vice versa, and it is not a side hustle.
Robinson Custom said, I'd eat a shoe if it had wasabi on it.
I would almost eat a shoe
If it had mustard on
if it had wasabi on it.
You like wasabi that much?
I love wasabi. Yeah.
I like wasabi. I don't like,
like
nasal hot. And wasabi definitely is. Because it feels like it goes right into my face and I cannot deal with that.
Oh, that's the best.
So I have to be right on the edge where I can taste the spice, but it doesn't get nasally.
Oh, that's the best.
And I can't do drinks that are nasally either.
Yeah, so she doesn't like a lot of the whiskeys and scotches and stuff that I drink that do that give you that kind of effervescence through the... Mm-mm. So you don't like Vicks Vapor Rub either?
I love anything that opens up your sinuses. Eucalyptus, peppermint.
But so does wasabi.
It's not the same. Nope.
Oh, that's so funny. I knew you liked all that stuff. But
Van Shea Guitars, favorite mushrooms? Mine is portobello.
We have 2 big portobellos in the fridge that I need to marinate before they go bad.
I like all mushrooms.
Yeah, we like
Not
mushrooms.
overly chewy ones, though. Sometimes if they're tough, I can't eat them. But we will buy, like, the fancy mushrooms, too. Mm-hmm. And then I like the adaptogen things of mushrooms in things. But you can't taste the mushrooms then.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, now everybody's going to want pizza. John OJF, thank you for the super chat. He says, go get some pizza. Happy birthday, Dylan.
Thank you.
Best.
I had pizza yesterday.
You have pizza a lot.
I have pizza a lot.
Order Dylan some pizza.
I will make it.
Where am I?
Yeah, the comments seem to be pretty busy tonight. So.
Yes, I apologize for
great.
feeling very behind. JC says, what I enjoy most are hearing your replies to the elitist ideology of guitar players and how it's more about how playing the guitar and being imaginative. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's fun. It's called playing.
Now I'm like making the sound before I push the button.
Choo 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 choo.
Gremlin Fred 3, thank you for the super chat. I'll try again. Love your channel. You're spot on with everything you teach about electronic guitars. I use your vids as refresher courses in education. Pizza, try lamb and artichoke hearts with black olives and mushrooms. That sounds fancy.
It does.
Lamb. Because you're vegetarian. You make lamb.
Our kids would like that.
Yes, they just discovered
they just discovered that they like lamb. Yep. Thank you for the super chat, Gremlin.
Rusty Fender says, I created the Kevin Bacon pizza. Canadian bacon, bacon, and onions. Vinny's World, kale on pizza, yay or nay? I've never had kale on pizza.
Kale on most things, nay.
Unless it's like kale chips. If it's like crunchy kale, that might be okay.
If it's spicy. I like it when we made them spicy and
Yeah.
roasted them. I will not buy kale and use it in anything. I will go to a restaurant and spend $20 for a salad where it's done properly and someone did all the work because it took 2 hours to make that stupid salad because it's such a pain in the butt. And then I will eat that salad and I will like it and it will be good. But it's not effort to results food to me. I have a thing about effort to results food. Like chicken wings are stupid. Crab legs are stupid. Like anything where it's like I'm going to work for an hour to have 2 bites of food, it makes no sense to me. So I've never really been. I'm a boneless chicken wing guy, and I'm definitely a.
He says all this like he eats chicken wings.
Well, I don't anymore, but when I was eating it, I still never did though. Even when I ate meat, I never ate regular chicken wings. It's just a greasy, gross mess. Why don't I just get the work all done and just dip it in the thing and eat it? It's like you're,
Patrick Hardy says, in France, if you order some French fries, they don't add ketchup like here in the USA. They add mustard. We don't even own ketchup.
Yeah, we don't even own ketchup. And Canada's like that too, and vinegar, like where I grew up, there was vinegar on the table. Like at Five Guys. At Five Guys, they have vinegar on the table. Same thing. Where I grew up, it was like that. Close to Canada.
Sir Sneaker Pimp says, do either of you watch the British shows Taskmaster or Would I Lie to You? Your senses of humor suit these two shows. I like British shows, but I've never heard of either of those.
No.
I'm going to have to check them out.
You will.
You're like, not me. You will. That's funny.
It's hard to get me to sit down and watch a show. Like, I don't do that very often.
You owe me. I'm going to leave you.
I know.
Because that's rude. I'm just going to watch
She's going to leave me
season.
behind watching the new show.
I'm going to watch a new season without you.
You're not going to leave me.
I mean, you're going to leave me.
I'm leaving you next week, yeah.
Rude. Angel Raven 444 says, Dylan, any strange pizza stories? Once I ate it too fast while drunk and woke up the next day with the roof of my mouth hanging down in my mouth. Oh, that's brutal.
You.
Like burned his mouth so bad?
Did you get this one?
Oh, no. Did I miss another one, or is that the...
We should check and make sure we didn't miss another one.
I apologize, y'all. I'm not paying attention. Rusty Fenders, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday! Are you a hot dog as a sandwich team or something else? So funny how it's such an intense topic here in Denver.
Hot dog is not a sandwich.
What is it?
I don't know, but it's not a sandwich.
A lot of people say that because it's like in between bread. I know what he's talking about. I've seen
the conversation too. Yeah. No.
I mean, a hot dog was a sandwich when I was a kid because you ate everything on the same bread.
But a sandwich is two pieces of bread with stuff in between. A hot dog is a conjoined twin bread.
But so is a hoagie.
But a hoagie's not. Sandwich. A hoagie is a split bread.
Not necessarily. I mean, even Subway don't cut your bread all the way through.
I guess a Philly cheesesteak sandwich isn't.
Right. See?
But it's a singular piece of thing. Like, a Philly cheesesteak is a bunch of ingredients.
People put more than a hot dog on a hot dog.
Why? Mustard. That's it. I'm just kidding.
You put, like, sauerkraut and stuff on yours. Of stuff on my dinner. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich.
Okay, so we got that one.
Yeah,
so
we did. Yeah, you're caught up on. Yeah.
All right. JC says, "How old are you anyhow?" I'm 60.
I do not talk about my age on the internet.
Sean McMillan said, "What about cocktail sauce with heavy horseradish?"
Okay, so I'm not a cocktail sauce fan, but I love horseradish. If it's real. I don't want spicy mayonnaise. I want real horseradish, but I love it.
Robinson Custom says, "I love this nuclear hot stuff. Had PHAAL fall, I don't know, a curry in London once. The next day I had an ass like a Japanese flag, way hotter than Vindaloo. Be forewarned." Well, I know Vindaloo like to kill our kids. So.
Yeah, they tried Vindaloo and they were like, it's gonna be fine, and they couldn't eat it.
Yeah. So if that's hotter, because that's a different kind of hot. Mm-hmm. It's not the same kind of hot. Mm-mm. That's a funny way to describe how you were acting. That is really funny.
That is really funny.
Bandshake Guitar says he likes malt vinegar and salt on fries.
Exactly, and he's Canadian.
Ah.
Yep.
But the funny thing is, a lot of people like that because that's what I would call fair fries.
Right.
But you can make them anytime. Why do you have to go to the fair? I mean, you can also have it at like Captain D's. They had like malt vinegar on the table, but like.
Well, and a lot of places here do. So Five Guys does.
I know, but
and
I'm
so
saying
does
like.
what's the fancy burger place? On Broad, and then the one over here by us.
Farmhouse.
Farmhouse, they have it too.
Let's see. Hot dogs are more like Martian Murray says hot dogs are more like tacos.
I get that. But Mexican food's its own thing though, because it's just stacked ingredients in different things. And
George Anderson is defining it by a sandwich should have horizontal layers. So maybe that's the difference. The vertical versus
it's the
horizontal.
Stacking. It's the stacking thing that's getting me. For real. You don't like lay it in there. Which is where a Philly cheesesteak sort of, because they still scoop the stuff on. But a Philly cheesesteak's like an open-faced sandwich, which is basically just bread with a bunch of crap on top of it. Open-faced sandwich is sort of a misnomer too. I mean, it's just bread with stuff piled on it. You could call it a bread tostada.
You just are gonna slide that one in, huh? Wow.
I mean, a tostada is just an open-faced taco. Why don't they call it an open-faced taco?
Rusty Fender says, LOL, I'm dying. Same. I don't even know what's happening right now. Curtis Chavez says, I'm with the hot dog as a taco team. Oh, man. This is funny.
How would you do a hot dog chalupa? Like
What's
toast?
a chalupa?
Like toast around a bun? Then the hot dog on the middle?
What's a chalupa?
It's the tortilla with the taco shell on the inside, with the stuff on the in the middle.
And you're saying put a hot dog on that?
No, I'm saying you could do like a toasted bread, then a not toasted bread, then a hot dog on the middle. And that would be like a hot dog chalupa.
That's really gross.
It's too much bread though. Hot dog buns can be too much bread. That's the problem. You have to have the proper diameter hot dog.
Vinny's World said, doesn't matter what the definition of sandwich is. My daughter is going to deconstruct it before eating it anyway. So.
Oh, interesting.
I don't do it so much anymore.
Were you a crust cutoff person?
But I ate it. But I ate the crust first.
Wait, you cut the crust off the bread?
I didn't cut it. I would peel it.
Peel the crust off,
But
then eat the crust first, then eat the sandwich?
Mm-hmm. But I'm also like a
weird.
Snickers bar, eat all around the edge, and then eat the top chocolate off, and then you just have like caramel and nougat is what I would actually eat.
Okay, that's dumb.
Nutty bars, peel off each layer.
They put it in there so that when you eat it, it has all the flavors in a bite.
It does if you split it apart too. And then you enjoy like 10 instead of 2.
I'm going to have to go like look at a cross section of a Snickers now, because now I want to.
No, not a Snickers. I'm talking about Nutty bars.
You said Snickers.
I did say Snickers first. You're right. That I would eat all the chocolate and then have the caramel and nougat.
I can't handle this. We haven't eaten this stuff since we've been together because we don't eat this stuff.
So now you're learning things. You're like, I didn't know
I'm like,
this. I'm out.
I can't handle this anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're stuck now.
The cross section of a Snickers bar.
Jeffrey Egan, thank you for the super chat. He says, all sandwiches matter.
That's a t-shirt.
Sandwiches. That's definitely like an inside joke.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Well, I think we went down some rabbit holes
I have to finish and make sure I haven't
haven't missed anybody.
Oh my gosh. Curtis Chavez says that Japanese flag joke made me inhale a French fry, choked almost to death. Oh man.
Oh, that was funny. I'm glad everybody else in the comments and the audience is having fun tonight too. Because...
Jason Albert said that's a pig in a blanket, a hot dog chalupa.
Oh yeah. Okay, so if the bun goes all the way around, then it's something completely different. Who made all this stuff up anyway?
Clockwork 914 said, everyone, watch Taco Town SNL skit soon as you can. You're welcome.
That's funny.
Um,
Got another super chat.
Jason Albert said, Leslie, I thought I was the only one with the strange eating habits.
Vinny's World. Dremel to a Snickers bar. Oh, man. We were going to do this video one time where we bought all of the, like, White Claw and all of the malt liquor.
Does that mean I can buy my keychain breathalyzer?
Well, we were going to do it, but then and we were going to be like, which one is the best? But I tried one of them, and I was like, this thing is so gross that I could not try 10 of these.
The only one I've ever liked...
Like Truly and all that stuff.
Was a Topo Chico brand, which is expensive water, so I'm sure it's not cheap alcohol. Autumn had one time. That's the only one I've ever liked. Most of the time they are terrible. Read this? Timothy Potter, thank you for the super chat. He says, this is one of the funniest episodes yet. Who knew?
I don't know
why.
Does
it beat the toilet paper, though?
Does it beat the toilet paper one?
The very first one.
That's a good question.
Or are you here for the toilet paper one?
Yeah, if you're here for the toilet paper one, that was pretty good. This is pretty good, though. This is funny.
I'm crying.
You're crying over there. No, this is fun stuff.
John OJF says, Toblerone goodies. Man, that was like... the best thing to go to the Oriental Market with my grandma, but I always went to the German side and got a Toblerone.
Yep.
That was like on the list every time. Had to have one. I don't even remember what they taste like. I know I couldn't have it now though.
Well.
Fanshank Guitar says this was worth staying up for.
It was, man. I appreciate everybody.
You have to wait a second.
Uh-oh.
These are the best.
Super sticker.
Patrick Hardy, thank you for the super sticker. It says, pair character stretching his arm forward, raising his thumb up.
That's awesome. Thumbs up, pair character. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Talking about guitar stuff and laughing about weird eating habits. I did not know that it was going to go down this road.
You didn't not know?
I didn't know. But this is pretty good stuff. So, thanks a bunch.
We learned things about each other tonight.
We did. Everybody. I think everybody learned everything. About a lot of stuff. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're not nerding out about capacitor materials. Like, this is way more fun. We can still talk about guitar stuff and videos, but I do like this a lot.
Definitely more real.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
And then you have inside jokes, and it just makes more connections, and it cracks up the...
Yeah. To me, because we get these people in the comments all the time that are like, I mean, I don't know, I've seen them a bunch this week, like, your pickups are great, but I can't stand his personality because he's too blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, obviously you don't hang out that much because this is more than just guitar nerdery, you know? So I think that's why I like doing these. I really enjoy it. So get to make friends with everybody. It's pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We will see you on Monday with a video about how low your nuts are.